Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and all variations thereof, and welcome back, one and all, to Shadows of Sorcery, session 44. We are slowly encroaching on the 50s. I feel old.
I'm older than you.
And I'm older than you, so hush.
I don't know who's older in this situation, actually.
I'm a dwarf, so I'm probably older than most people.
I might be
Regardless,
centuries old. We still don't know.
I will tell you your age one day. Regardless, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Shadows of Sorcery session 44. We are joined today by our intrepid librarian, played by Zarian.
Hello.
Our wondrous, prodigious Maximus, played by Elfie Oakwood.
I've got a massive schlong.
11 inches. Our dragon tamer extraordinaire, Ingvar Svan, is played by Lydia.
Who was just tired TM.
And last but not least, our dwarven golem, as it is Darren Moran, as played by Lying.
Oh, I should not turn that.
Look, we're just dwarves. Just because we're made from rocks and mud doesn't mean you get to call us a golem.
Oh, this is the way we're rolling today. Yes, welcome everybody. It's been a few weeks since we last left off our sessions. Who wants to do the recap?
Probably somebody who actually had to do most of that session.
You lying.
Oh,
You're
damn
up.
it.
First person to speak. You know the rules.
I've learnt. I just want to try.
Damn it. I didn't want you to just like rest in the dead air on your stream because you know this is our job. So, yeah. But okay. Right. So we were going merrily about our totally fine and normal businesses, and then the really big wolf that like I nearly outright killed like most of the party the last time we actually had to fight it showed up in the streets. So we pieced out into the sewers because we were conveniently located directly atop a manhole cover. There was some big fight in like in the magic place thing. I wasn't there for like most of that, mentally or in character, so you know that happened. And then we were like, okay, let's go to the Magic Academy because they probably are better equipped to deal with this than we are right now. And they were like,
not what you guys said.
No,
but carry on.
yeah, either way. Like I said, I was kind of checked out for most of that session before I became relevant again. But yeah, so then they were like, oh, hang on, wait, the wolf is coming for you, probably, maybe. Potentially. Here's some griffins. Peace out. And now we are en route to a tower, I think? It's one of the spots that's on my list.
Mm-hmm. So,
More detail, please.
A little bit more detail. Last we left off, our daring party of adventurers had split up into two groups. One was searching throughout the various parts of town for magical artifacts, and the other was getting their prosthetics in tune, shall we say. The sky darkened, and from the shadows creeped ravens and wolves. One wolf in particular, Greymore, a creature that had appeared before to the party, that had almost killed them before they sent it scampering back into its hole, and it was then possibly captured. You never really found out what exactly happened to him. He appeared to you on the streets. Visera seemed shaken, and you all saw this creature prowl towards you. It wanted something, and it wanted you humiliated, but you escaped into the sewers. On the other end of the city, at the Royal Alchemists Guild, where Prodigious Maximus and Ingvar Svan were located, a flock of ravens crashed through the windows and doors of the guild and transformed into a strange skeletal witch-like lady who was missing an arm and was seeking a artificer who was working within the Royal Artificers Guild and was seeking to take him away, but you prevented that and also managed to banish this strange woman from your plane of existence for now, as she retreated with the aid of one Asmodeus, the Flamebringer. You retreated with your gnomish artificer friend back to the castle, where the High Regent Lanfazegris greeted you. You spoke briefly about the giant wolf that was chasing you down, and Lanfazegris directed you to the griffins that you had arranged the day before to carry you to the south, wherein you would find a few members of import that you are seeking as of this moment. As you board the griffins, as you climb into the saddles, Prod and Visera on one, Darren and Ingvar on the second, and the librarian on his rather sickly-looking third griffin, you all take flight just as you hear the thunderous pounding of paws on wood as Greymore bounds across the drawbridge. You hear the wrenching of iron and metal as the massive portcullises start to buckle and bend as Greymore slams into them. You all start circling the fortress of Skyray's Keep, and before you know it, you are off heading south as you hear Greymore's final bellowing roar.
I will find you, dwarf, and I will rend you limb from limb, and your fiendling friend too.
And that is the last you hear of Greymore. And so, we move. Past the borders of Fernholm, we fly into the skies beyond, where we shall bring the rest of our players.
I should probably build up Tailspire, shouldn't I?
Yes, that would probably be a good idea.
That completely
This is why
slipped my mind.
we're almost like 50th session and like forgot that we used the main piece of software for viewing the
I haven't even opened my
Oh,
character
yeah.
sheet. It just slipped my mind
Neither
entirely.
Oh
Neither
my
have
god.
I. Hang on a second, folks. I was too
Well, I
busy
have my notes loaded up and
ordering a
everything.
big plushy seal.
You know what? That is
We were
fair.
talking about many interesting things, none of which we should talk about on air, but nonetheless.
Yep.
Especially, what would you
No.
you?
No!
No.
Not
No.
to.
No.
No!
No, we do not talk about that on stream, thank you very much. My
Look,
god.
I'm just saying, it would be
No.
unreasonable not to admit
No.
that most
No.
of your user base are furries.
Alfie, I will throw this Dragon Ball lamp at you.
It's the internet. Most people's user bases are predominantly furries and or trans people.
Mostly
Preferably
trans
both.
furies.
Frequently both, if you're doing something right.
And Lucian is doing something right.
Hmm?
Lucian's not doing anything right now. Lucian's single.
What? Just
I
because
don't
I'm
know
single doesn't mean I'm not doing anything. My god.
My god.
My
Right,
god.
yes,
man.
Grindr exists.
Rudeness.
You're having
Grindr
sex outside
very
of
much
marriage?
exists.
Jeez. What are you gonna do next? Show your ankles in public?
Oh my!
Harley.
No, no, you stop that.
And now there's a wiki feed page for you.
Darling.
Well done.
Oh my god! My seat is damp.
You regret that the
so
instant you
that
said it,
makes
didn't you?
Yeah. Instant regret. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I saw the change of emotion on your face instantly.
I don't like the things I say half as much as I hate them.
Uh-huh.
I just say them for the bit.
Mm-hmm.
The bit.
I cast mirror image on Elfie so they can take a long look at themselves for what they've done.
Okay. So, you are all aboard your griffin mounts, flying across the vast skies, the land sweeping away below you all. The flight to Devilmora, which is your destination, will take approximately 8 hours. I would like one of you to roll me a d20.
Who's got the most luck from the gods?
Not us. None of
I'll
us.
do it. It's fine. I always have the best luck.
Yeah! You go, girl.
I got a 2.
Oh god!
Lisa was the one!
Can I
Wow.
roll
Joe.
as a
No.
for the other bit of the group?
Okay, so as a point, these are not skill checks. These are nothing in general to do with skills. These are event rolls. Depending on what you roll, a specific event will happen. Because this takes 8 hours, you will roll 3 times total. 1 for each event during the flight, essentially. Whatever the outcome of the roll, in this case a 2, you will have to deal with that event. So, let's start our first event, shall we?
God's least favorite princess.
So, the three of you, the 3 griffins fly through the sky. Wind is cold, and it keeps getting colder.
And the dwarf is nauseous and keeps getting nausea.
And the sky starts to get darker and darker. The wind starts to buffet and gains strength. I would like all of you to roll me strength checks to see if you can hold on to your griffins as they start to fly through what seems to be an oncoming storm front. You feel hail batter at your muscles. You feel the freezing wind creep underneath your clothing. It is not pleasant, and it is getting worse.
So like a straight stat check or a saving throw?
It's a strength saving throw. I would like each of you to roll me a strength saving throw.
Oh well, that's nice.
Well, I got an 8.
I got a 2.
Okay.
Off goes the dwarf.
So,
Can I grab for the door?
this is understandable, really, given my current situation.
Oh, also, has it been a long rest since last session?
it has not.
Okay, just double checking.
Most of us have been busy trying to pilot griffins, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking.
Okay, so Elfie, you're muted.
17.
17. Okay.
17.
I'm gonna quickly roll for Dusty.
Can Dusty roll with advantage because I'm cuddling?
Dusty rolls decently anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I'm still cuddling.
However, very quickly, let's go through this. So, Zarian, you rolled an 8 total?
Yep.
Okay. As you're all flying through, you, Darren, feel yourself slipping. Your hands start going numb as the leather straps that you are using to hold onto this griffin are slowly slipping through your fingers. However, you are on a griffin with another person. So, as you start to slip off, Ingvar gets a chance to catch you. Librarian, you are not riding with another person, and the heights that you're flying at, you are not used to. The biting chill of the wind is slowly carving its way through your muscles and making them numb and cold and unresponsive. You realize too late that the straps that you are holding onto are slowly slipping through your fingers, and you can't close your hands tight enough to grab them because your muscles are numb and frozen. You feel the griffin start to slip out from under you. I will allow you a dexterity saving throw to catch yourself before you fall.
Okay.
And Lydia, you may roll a dexterity saving throw, or no, a dexterity check specifically to catch Darren before he falls to his death.
Oh, that's a 19.
Yeah, 19.
Do I
19
have, like,
yeah.
how much time do I have?
You have one action.
Okay.
And a bonus action if you want it. I'll be generous.
So I was thinking of trying to cast resistance to give me like a plus d4 on the roll, but I guess I don't have that in action economy, so I'll just roll.
You have a bonus action if you want to use it, but that's about it.
Oh yeah, but like I can either do a cantrip or I can roll. So it's like I can cast resistance on myself, but I'm falling off.
Blat.
You are a good 1,000 feet up at this point.
Okay, I got an 8. Wow, really like 8s today.
Okay.
This poor librarian today.
Not a great start, but it's fine. You start to slip properly now. You feel the stirrups that your feet were in sort of jerk as a particularly strong flap of the wings of this griffin sends your feet loose, and you start sliding out of the saddle and backwards over the griffin's tail. I will give. You all see this happening. You all have an opportunity to intervene. What do you want to do?
I think I've got his hands full with trying to stop Darren falling off a griffin.
Yeah, and even if
I
I
feel
was
like we have a
remotely in
dragon.
condition-
Could the dragon catch him?
Here's an idea.
Ingvar?
Yeah, we could pull out Kazuma.
Okay.
Hold on to Darren with one arm and summon Kazuma with the other.
Alright. There you go. there's a Kazuma. So you're going to send Kazuma after the librarian
Yep.
as he starts to fall off. Okay. Give me a strength check for Kazuma to be able to lift the librarian when the librarian is already plummeting
Oh, that's
off the back of the
English.
griffin.
I remember when I joined, there was some weird shit with Kazuma going over a lake, and it was said that Kazuma could lift one whole person, and that
Kazuma?
weedy twink is
Kazuma
light as
can
hell.
lift one whole person, yes.
I mean, that's an Ingvar roll, but yeah, you know. That's
However-
21.
21 will do this. My point is, the librarian is already falling. When someone is falling, it takes more to lift them up, essentially,
And there's-
because there's a force component, essentially.
Are you thinking
and the
about
tide
momentum?
winds.
Momentum, yes, thank you.
Yeah, that if it's a short distance, that's basically negligible if we're going off real physics. But yeah,
But yes, so Kazuma, you librarian, you feel a sudden jolt as you stop falling. You're off the griffin, very much so, but you are being held by the shoulders by a medium-sized silver draconic being who is supporting you from up above, essentially. Yeah.
oh, thank you,
Yay.
Kazuma. Can you put me back down in the saddle now?
Are you guys gonna circle this area for the moment?
Yeah, we'll see if we can drop the librarian
Okay.
back down.
Librarian, roll me animal handling. To see
Okay.
if you can persuade the griffin to come back.
I mean, I think I have a good rapport with this griffin from last session, but alright.
You do not. You rolled a 3 on animal handling the first time you met this griffin.
Well, yeah, but I like talked to it, and like I was having a
it
good
has
back and forth
repeatedly
despite
tried
it. But I
to
guess
bite
okay.
you.
I rolled a 14.
You rolled a 14. Okay. The griffin circles back around, seeing that the other two have sort of stopped for a moment. The storm front is starting to close in further, and you are starting to feel the hail as it beats down against your skin. The griffin circles under you, and you manage to find the stirrups and saddle yourself into the saddle again, before it invariably decides to peck at your hands again, because regardless of what you are, it still thinks you're tasty.
I think Kazuma will give it a warning nibble. Like, behave yourself.
The griffin sort of rears back a little, and seems to enter a staring contest with this strange, small silver thing that it does not recognize the species of, because it's never seen a dragon before.
Oh dear.
It's
They are
okay,
remarkably
Kazuma.
rare.
He's just mad because he's balding from the stress.
You, as you put your hand through some of the feathers, you do notice that they just sort of flutter off. And there's patches of balding skin across the wings. It's
Oh,
not a very
no.
healthy griffin.
Griffin's not gonna last much longer.
The three griffins enter into the storm front, and you feel the battering hail and shivering winds and the cold just pouring, seeping into your bones. I would like everybody to roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
So has some time passed from the previous check and we're like back on our way?
Yes, well, this is still part of the previous event, but you're a good half hour into this now, and time is passing.
Yeah, could I attempt to cast resistance between the previous events, since I know I was slipping off, and that's something I would do?
Yep, you can do that.
Okay, so I do that, I get a plus d4 to whatever I roll. It's a con event, right?
Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy.
I
That's
got
better.
the
So that was a nat 20 plus 1d4, I guess.
Jesus.
A nat 20 plus... How much?
Plus 3,
Dirty
so
20.
26.
26. 26,
I-
dirty
I-
20.
I should probably be rolling with disadvantage, given that as far as my canon goes here, dwarves do not do well at high altitude. But hey, dirty 20, I'll take it.
Yeah, yeah.
Got 13.
13
11.
and 11. Okay. So, in this instance, Librarian and Darren, you two are both fine. Prod and Ingvar, you two take a point of exhaustion as the cold starts to seize your muscles.
I get it. I'm too hot for this shit.
Vizra is fine. They rolled an 18, so they...
And also, they're cuddled in my ab window. I feel like they could probably curl up and fit in that.
Okay. So,
How do
with
you
that...
take a point of exhaustion?
Hmm?
How do you take a point of exhaustion?
There should be a thing on your character sheet that says exhaustion somewhere.
It's in the it's in the cogwheel menu, I believe, because it's out of the way. Or that could be a lie. Where the hell is it?
I remember there being something regarding exhaustion. Am I...
Do you have to, like, turn it on somewhere, maybe? Yeah,
don't-
show exhaustion tracking is off by default in the character sheet. You have to go into the cogwheel
Oh.
menu and turn it on.
Okay.
And then it should show up in the main sheet under exhaustion level, underneath, like, your hit die and death saves.
Okay.
Hmm.
You might want to just go into people's character sheets and turn it on for them, Lucian.
Yeah, I will do.
Oh, I got it.
There it is.
Nice.
Okay.
I turned it on, but I can't find it.
Well, just note down that you have... Oh, exhaustion level. In the middle.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm
1 point.
so smart, guys.
Okay. So, with that being said, you all continue on. The wind is freezing, it is biting, and the hail lessens after a few... after about an hour. It lessens, and you feel chilled to the bone, but alive. Somebody roll me a d20.
Not me this time.
I'll
got
do
it.
it.
Not it.
Nope.
Whoever does it first in the chat.
Yes.
Elfie's doing it.
No.
Oh, no,
Someone else.
Ingvar's doing it.
Oh,
I got
Ingvar
it.
rolled an 8.
What does the ocean give us?
Night terrors.
Ingvar rolled an 8.
They did? No, I didn't see it.
You all watch as the storm front recedes across the sky behind you, leaving a late evening pallor on the clouds below. Stars above shine and sparkle. Every little piece looking like silver on a dark blanket. You see above you the 3 moons of Rathan. Argentis, the silver moon, stands proudly in the forefront, illuminating the clouds below. Ira, the red moon, stands behind it, and off to the left by a few feet, at least from your perspective, casting a reddish glow across the tops of the mountain peaks that you see before you. And Umbra, the dark moon, the moon of shadow, blots out a circle of stars. It has no reflection.
How does that work?
Who knows?
Magic.
Magic's a strange thing. I would like...
That's
Okay,
great. I love that description, I'm sorry.
who here has a chaotic alignment?
You're
Not me.
supposed to choose alignments.
Well,
Yes.
mine is lawful neutral, and that's just not been true this whole time, so let's change that.
I would say that you're more chaotic neutral at this point.
I'm chaotic good because I'm anti-authoritative, and I believe in individual determinism mainly.
Oh, I'm neutral good.
Neutral good.
I'm neutral good as well.
Neutral good. And let me quickly check Visera's alignment.
I feel like Visa is definitely going to be chaotic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I need to find where it says alignment.
Just knowing Dusty.
Yeah, I don't know that Dusty could play a lawful character.
Where does it say alignment on?
Top right, next to your experience points.
Yes, thank you. Oh, neutral good actually. Okay, so who had chaotic alignments here?
Me.
You
Me.
and you, Darren and Rod. You both get, as you stare down upon Umbra's dark surface that is very slightly reflecting the red pinpricks of Ira. You feel something strange overcome you. An odd sense of pride at having gotten away with something, and you're not sure what. You both get well, let's roll this, why not? You both get 13 temporary hit points for the next 24 hours.
Oh, fuck yeah!
Sweet.
13 temporary hit points. I'm at 53, which is the lowest I've ever been.
93.
Okay.
Because I took no damage last session.
You
Last
sneaky bastard.
roll. Who's taking it?
Me, because all of you suck.
There's the chaotic.
Hmm.
Nah, that's just me. I'm so sorry. I love you all so much. I'm just a bitch. How you rolling this? Give me a roll. D20. We got this. 18!
You have no idea if that's good or not.
You have no idea if that's good or not.
It's made my... Not gonna say that.
As you sail across the highest peaks of the Cragstead Mountains, past and over the passes that you actually, a few of you used to get to Fernholm in the first place, you spot... Somebody roll me a perception check.
What? That's my perception.
I'm pretty good at seeing things, maybe. Let me check.
Is it
I have a
just
+2.
I've got a +3.
You look at things.
Ah, what the hell? Off we go. That's a 10.
Okay.
Oh dear.
You spy something glittering at the peak of one of the many peaks that Kragstead has. Not the highest peak, but certainly one of the higher ones. There's something... And it doesn't look like snow. It's shinier, more metallic. And it lies on the side of this mountaintop. Maybe 100, 200 feet away-ish?
Something shiny! There's something shiny! Vizra's fallen asleep, but I bet they like shiny things. We should go get it for them.
I was just wondering if I could send Kazuma over there to have a look.
Should we sort of steer towards that area on our way? Huh?
They do?
Huh? And if it's dangerous, we got wings. We can just fuck off.
Are we in a storm still?
No, the storm passed a few hours ago.
I'm okay looking for the shiny.
Tiny.
Okay. Are you sending Kazuma first, or are you circling round?
Circle.
Oh,
Oh,
I was
wait,
gonna say
actually-
we could follow. We could send Kazuma and just kind of follow behind, just in case.
Okay.
Oh, we could also like put my observer on Kazuma and we'd get like a little drone view.
Oh,
good
Kazuma
God.
drone, let's do it.
Okay. So, I'm gonna ask you to roll me a dexterity check to do this, while mounted on the back of a griffin in midair.
Well, this is
would be a
going to
pretty
go
sick
well.
trick, actually. Sure, I get my plus 1d4 still. I cast resistance before doing this again.
Sure.
Do it.
That is a 19 plus 1d4.
Okay.
So a 20. 30-20.
30-20. Okay. You all watch as the librarian creates these gold geometric patterns in the air, and a small portal appears on their arm, and a little pillbug-like creature with a variety of legs. Hold on, I've lost it. There it is.
Can't wait for him not to be set for flying and to drop out of existence.
Well, no, they're never set for flying, so they always appear on the floor.
Oh, okay.
So you place the observer on Kazuma's back, and Kazuma looks a little uncomfortable having this weird pillbug-like creature clinging to their scales. It has like 6 legs and big old eyes, big old oculars, and tiny little sharp pincers at the front for defensive measures. And you put him on Kazuma's back, and Kazuma flies down towards this glittering thing that is on the side of the mountain. You tune into the observer, librarian, and you look through its eyes as Kazuma gets closer. It's a bit jolty because of the way Kazuma's flying, but you're used to it, having flown on the Griffin so far at this point. You look through the observer's eyes. First thing you see is a large silver-ish metallic body that is not necessarily wrapped around the peak of the of the mountain, but as if whatever this is, it had crashed into the side of the mountain and essentially wrapped itself around it like that. And it's... You see shards and splinters of wood mixed with the metal, and ropes that seem to have been coiled around parts of the mountaintop, anchoring whatever this is to the side. And as Kazuma flies around, you look down, you see what looks to be what might have once been the hull of an airship that has been damaged well beyond repair, but may have been swept into the side of the mountain some decades before and crashed into this sort of peak. It looks like there may have been once upon a time survivors that lashed down the airship to the mountain peak, but they are probably long gone at this point.
I mean, looks cool.
But is it worth the trouble of trying to free them? That's my question.
What do you mean?
Well, if they're coiled around, if it's anchored to the mountain, is it worth trying to unanchor them?
I'll say it doesn't look like this thing is big. Like, it's the length of the ship is probably a good 70 feet. At least the part you can see, because you notice that around halfway down it is broken, as if either the back or the front. You're thinking more the front, because you can kind of see the rear of the vessel just snapped off and is maybe somewhere else. It doesn't look...
So it's not seaworthy, is what you're telling us.
It's not flight-worthy. It doesn't have any of the magical accoutrements that some airships have. It doesn't have the massive balloon that other airships you know of have. But it looks like it hasn't been touched in years.
I mean...
Which means there may be salvage.
We could loot it.
Can I make a history check on this style of airship?
Mm-hmm. Roll me a history check.
Figure out how long it's been here.
There's a 16.
16. Okay. So, because you're having an actual view of this, and you've been relaying all of this information to the others, but you have a direct view of what's going on through Kazuma and the observer on his back. And as it's flying around, you notice a variety of interesting bits and pieces. For a start, while there are ropes and there is a mast, the presence of a mast on this vessel immediately tells you that it is not a modern airship. Because a lot of modern airships actually use massive balloons to fly, because it means less reliance on a magical supply, essentially. No expensive magical fuel to use to fly with. However, most airships that have masts come from further to the west, and they are designed with large propulsion crystals in the hull. And you can actually see in the hull there are these large sockets where massive bluish crystals have been anchored. And some of them are still faintly glowing, but most of them are this like dark sapphire blue that has no magical effect in it any longer. You would know that this type of vessel is at least 50 years old. With a 16, I would say you know that it's from the Western continents. You can see a variety of draconic inscriptions around these crystal propulsion systems, though you're not entirely sure what they mean. You'd have to get closer to actually tell. You see a name inscribed on the back of the ship, what you can ascertain as the rear of the ship at this point. And it states Storm Chaser.
How would I know that if it's in Draconic? Actually, wait, we have some.
No, the runes around the thing are in Draconic. The name is in Common.
Ah, okay. I relay this all to the party.
The name is written in Esperanto.
So what?
The name is written in Esperanto.
Yeah, it's quite an old ship from the west, but there might be some goodies to be had. It's about 50 years old. They don't make them like they used to.
Oh, damn. Do we know how if they might have all held something useful?
So a ship like this, bearing in mind that it is apparently missing its front end, would probably be some form of knowing what you can see, librarian. You would probably say that this is maybe some form of courier vessel. Like, it's not massive, but it looks fast. It looks like it'd be transporting something at least moderately valuable. And you actually notice along the edge of the ship, there are, at least on the side you can see, anchored into the hull are several sort of trapdoors. One of them is flipped up, and you can see this heavy-looking ballista behind it. So this was defended.
Okay, so to summarize, old ship, cracked in half by something or an emergency landing, and it is anchored down manually, or is it more like it's been happenstance anchored down?
It looks anchored on purpose. The ropes that are tying it to the mountain are tied down to massive boulders and the like.
Okay, so someone clearly left it here with the intent, presumably either to survive or return. Survival, probably not likely.
I mean, by the age alone, probably not.
So, I mean, there's either nothing there, or there's something at least worth checking out.
Okay. We're going to take a quick bio break, and then we'll be back with some more interesting airship situations. Because I want to give you guys a bit of a visual of what this looks like.
You have a map prepared?
Maybe.
Oh my.
So yeah, we'll be back in about 5 minutes, everybody. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Hold on, I need to turn away from that. I've been doing a bit of stuff.
Oh, spoilers.
Well, I gave you guys a mountain peak to start with.
Sweet.
So yes, so we have a basic visual of what this area looks like.
Imp.
So yeah. So to recap very briefly, now that we have a Dusty, we have a Visera has arrived. Our intrepid party has found themselves at the side of a mountain peak, which looks to have been crashed into by some form of ancient airship many years ago. And I will lower the fog, and you can all take a proper look at everything. There we go. So you have a brief idea of what you are looking at.
It's Candy
You
Mountain,
guys-
Charlie.
Should have control over your characters. So you should be able to move them as and how you wish. I will move the griffins. But bear in mind you will be griffin mounted, as it were.
I love that the grass on my mini is still there. That's what I get
Wait, how do
for that's what I get for decorating my little like stand, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, I can move my character, but not the griffin. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna bring my little. Actually, no. I'll leave the observer and Kazuma for now.
I'm
Probably doesn't care.
presuming Ingvar, I'm presuming that you're the one actually actively controlling the griffin, because there's no way that
probably.
Darren is functional right now.
Oh, probably, yeah.
In which case, I'm gonna like tap your shoulder, like pointing at the summit, so that we can land.
Good plan!
Don't we want to land on the airship bit though?
Solid Earth, anything that isn't being in the air.
Okay.
Darren has been nauseous for over a day.
It's a lot of nausea for a very small dwarf.
You good?
That's the nausea.
That's in character.
I see.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a very brief mock-up of what this all looks like. But this is essentially how you guys are handling things. Let me quickly. I'll just do this.
Ugh.
There you
fun.
go.
Land!
Lands.
Pick me up.
Yes, we did just land.
Okay. So,
I didn't know I could move my character with keys.
yeah. You see before you the wrecked remains of an ancient airship. It lies smashed, kind of, against the rocky side of the mountain. Ropes tying it down to various boulders. It looks relatively secure. Relatively.
What do I see with my special eyes?
Well, that depends. What are you looking for?
I mean, presumably when I use... I meant my magic vision. Do I see any, like, magical...
Oh, okay. Your magic vision.
with special
So
eyes?
there's nothing inherently magical other than the faint glow around the around the what's it's called, around the propulsion crystals. There's nothing inherently magical about the airship itself. There is a lot of wood, and generally speaking, magical auras don't really show on the other side of walls, unless they're particularly powerful. So there are cabin areas that might contain stuff, but you're unsure as of this moment.
Okay. I mean, I guess we've got to just go down and check it out, right?
Make our way down very slowly.
Ron, do you think you could go first? I don't have a great history with traps.
I'll do it.
Thank you. Here, have this as well, and I cast guidance on Prod.
Yeah, Prod does need guidance. Where am I going?
Just down there to the ship, I guess. We gotta check it out.
Boop, boop, boop.
I'm just gonna be basically
Just
pretending we're
scaling
scaling
down.
down.
Fabulous.
I think I have some rope actually, if that helps.
I'm gonna just poke around down here.
Wait, there is a rope
around.
that like connects it to the cliff that we could probably slide down.
I just climb down. I've got big muscles.
Rod's just that good. What guidance does to a motherfucker, I guess.
I will do an investigate, one would assume, just to see what's going on.
Yeah, sure.
Investigation, which is a submit. Right. Plus, how much is guidance?
1d4.
1d4.
That's a 7.
Oh no.
Total?
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
I'm just having an
Oh,
investigate. See what's going
Can
on.
I also do an investigate, since I feel like that's what we were down here for, and I
Sure.
followed?
You come down here and you see Prod just like staring at the mast and tapping it like, yes, wood.
Thing flew.
Okay, so I got a 22 on that.
Okay, a 22... Yeah, alright, a 22. So you take a look around, Prod, and you take a look around, Librarian. Your first instinct, having seen this vessel, Librarian, is that it's very similar to something that you have seen in the past. Long time ago. Or a very short time ago, depending on how you think about it.
Cotton-eyed Joe was here.
Oh my god.
May I continue?
Sure.
Maybe.
By all means.
Move
Okay.
this troops in today? Probably not.
Okay. So you take a look around, Librarian, and the first thing you really notice is that there is a very clean split down the sort of forward half of this vessel. And as you look down the mountainside, you can actually see the front of this vessel is maybe some 40 feet down on the mountainside, also secured by ropes, but leaning at an angle as if when this vessel hit, that split was already there and it just kind of finished it off. And the rest of the front of the ship just sort of slid down to the side of the mountain. It's been secured, as I said, and you can kind of see various rocks and stuff underneath it, propping it up. But it doesn't look like it's going to move anywhere anytime soon.
With a At 22, do I gather anything behind the, like, rushness of these supports? Like, was this done in a hurry to, like, just stop it rolling off the cliff in an emergency, or was this done meticulously after the fact?
It looks like this was done kind of in a hurry, but not in enough of a hurry to warrant doing things rushedly. So,
Right.
everything here has been tied down properly, and these knots are some maybe... The ropes you see, they're maybe 10 years old. The ship itself is a good, like, 50 years old at least. But the ropes and a lot of everything that you're seeing now that you're right up close to it, probably a decade at most.
Maybe someone's still living here. War!
Are there, like, any signs of life or that anyone has been here recently?
No, it's cold and dead.
Hello!
Okay.
Roll
Anyone here?
me... How loud are you shouting, Prod?
I'm gonna try and make myself echo off the next mountain.
Jesus.
Okay, roll me a,
I'm glad I'm nauseous, not with a headache.
roll me a... Roll me a strength of your vocal cords check.
Strength of my vocal cords.
This
Well,
be
I
a
do.
performance check,
Make
surely.
them
I feel like
Actually,
this is
yeah, no,
performance.
performance. Roll me a performance check.
Performance.
Prod
Come on,
yodels.
baby.
Prod yodels.
Look, I've got a point of exhaustion, okay? Fuck you guys. 5.
5.
Ah!
You
Well, there goes the
shout.
avalanche.
You shout, and it comes out more as a sound. It's kind of depressing, honestly.
Oh.
Oh dear. Well, while Prod's trying to wrangle his vocal cords back together, Prod's just gonna gently take the observer, put it on the floor, and then pull it down on forward.
I don't want to go through puberty a third time.
What do you mean a third?
Fred? What?
Trans joke.
Yeah, we're just gonna gently glide down on the dragon. He's not
Hello.
climbing cliffs. Oh god.
Okay.
There.
So yeah, you're all on the deck of this vessel. It looks and feels relatively stable. Relatively stable.
As it appears.
Do we, from the investigation that I did, see anything that would warrant us staying here any longer?
You haven't looked inside the ship. You've only looked, like, around the main deck. There's coils of rope, there's a variety of what look to be abandoned packs, maybe. Stuff that people left behind because they were in a relative hurry to get out of here. But it's not like any major sort of we're hurrying to get away because something's chasing us. It's just we want to get off this mountain sort of a situation.
Okay, could I try and investigate the rest of the ship?
Yeah, so you walk through the main sort of area of the ship, and there's a lot of various bits and pieces all over the place. You eventually manage to find a staircase down to the lower deck. You climb down, and the first thing you see are several rows of heavy-looking ballista. And the first thing you'd notice, actually, when you're looking at these, is they're all magic ballista. All of these are enchanted in some way. You're not entirely sure how or what kind of enchantment they are holding on to, but you see on the sort of crossbow sort of limbs, you see runes that have been carved and are gently glowing. Whatever these things do, they were designed for defense, and they were designed with something to defend from in mind.
And the thing that they were protecting, there's no real sign of that, right?
You do spot in sort of the lower deck back of the ship, there is a heavy-looking locked door.
Okay, I go to the locked door and yell up above, like, the loot's down here, probably, there's a locked door!
Darren has shaken off the worst of the nausea and clambered down to this ship now, so I sigh and I just like, okay, let me have a look at it.
Okay. Roll me... Well, depends what you want to do.
I mean, if you want a lockpick tool set, I've got one.
I've got one already.
Nice.
Guess this is a sleight of hand, so let's pick a lock.
Okay.
Alright, so that is a +6 for me. Shoop. 16 total.
16 total. The lock doesn't budge. The poison spring trap that was in the lock does, however.
I'm already nauseous.
Check for your traps.
As you
Why would you put a poison dart trap in a ship?
Oh.
This is a cargo hold, for God's sake.
As you start picking at this lock, you feel something click, and for a moment, you think you've got it. And then you feel a thump as a small eyelet next to the lock fires a poison dart into your shoulder. I would run... What is your poison situation being a dwarf?
Dwarven resilience. I have advantage on saving throws against poison and resistance against poison damage.
Okay, so roll me a Constitution saving throw with advantage.
Right, that is only a +1, so I better be good. It's not gonna be, but I can pray. 15.
15. Okay. Okay.
I'm just gonna like feel this hit, know exactly what just happened, and slowly turn around and glare directly at the librarian.
Oh no.
Like a dad who's just been woken up after like 3 hours of sleep after a long night shift.
Are you alright there? I'm so sorry. Prod, could we get some lay on hands down here?
What do I
There's
take?
been an accident.
Aye, Captain.
You take, now that I actually have the ability to speak, 11 points of damage, reduced to
6, I think it is. I think it's rounded up.
For a failed save, but because you have resistance against poison damage, you take half. So, yeah, 6 points of poison damage.
Still above my max.
Oh, baby. I kiss you on the head, you get 6 points back.
Well, no, they don't, because they have to go through their temp hit points first, and they have 13 of those.
Wait, what?
So
Why
it
do you
doesn't
have
matter.
15 temp?
Because I'm chaotic, and we stared at the set when we stared at
Oh,
the moon.
okay.
There was an
Basically.
event. Yeah.
Forgot that you got hit points from that, yeah.
Yeah, Prod and I are both like above our max, or at least I'm above my max.
I'm not, but that's because I hurt yesterday.
Yeah.
/ 2 weeks ago.
Okay. So yeah, you feel the poison dart trap impact into your shoulder. A 16 was not enough to unlock the door. It was a pretty difficult lock actually, and you're a little worried that trying again might cause more problems.
There's
what's going on?
glass windows next to it, right?
They're glass, but when you're looking at them and you're noticing that they have a slight magical sheen over them.
Is anyone actually do we have someone who's particularly dexterous, i.e. a monk, who might be able to roll better?
Or a ranger?
Hi.
Or a
Hi,
ranger?
Vizera. Or a ranger. There are many disciplines going on here.
Yeah.
I could do a guidance on someone if they want to try.
I've got +5. There, +5 in sleight of hand.
Ooh.
I mean, mine's +6.
I've
and I have
got some
poison
thieves'
resistance.
tools that give me a +6.
Those would be useful.
So if you give our dearest ranger your thieves' tools, that would be a +11, right?
I think it's to do with the proficiency, so you can roll, but it has to be with the tools, so it's just a flat 6 because I'm proficient in them.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if it was just
Oh no,
+6
no, it
thieves'
is.
tools.
It is like a plus something on the thieves' tools. Let me double check because I have a +6, but that's altered by my my dex bonus, which is +2. So I think it's a +4 from the thieves' tools flat plus your dex mod.
Jesus, I've got a dex bonus of +5.
Yes,
So-
that is right. It's a +4.
would-
So they're +4 thieves' tools, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
plus
that would bring me to
9.
that would bring me to +10.
But you've already tried once.
Yes. We've also established, however, it's a poison trap, and I'm the most resilient to poison.
Oh, let me
I will
have a
say,
go.
if you try again, the difficulty will be increased. If someone else wants to try, it'll be the same difficulty, but if you try again, the difficulty will be increased.
How does that follow?
Good,
Magic.
because you've already been poisoned.
Because you've already been poisoned, among other things that I'm not going to tell you about.
Oh, I see. The trap
Right.
is racist.
Yeah. But yeah,
I'm just gonna walk to the side and yank this dart out of my shoulder, don't mind me.
who's got the highest dex mod then? Would it be the ranger or Vizera?
Yes. I think they're both the same, but I'm not sure that Vizera has proficiency in thieves' tools. So.
I mean, I don't think.
Let me give it a shot.
Okay, here you go. Here's some thieves' tools.
And go.
Okay, so you
That's
get a
plus-
+4 on top of your normal roll.
Hey, look, I got a dice I can actually.
Goodbye, dice. Kevin.
Oh dear.
Uh,
Plus sleight of hand, which was +5. I think.
well, regardless, did you get above a 16?
So I rolled a 3 +8 +4. Do I add dex on top of that or not? I can't remember.
Dex and proficiency, surely.
So yeah, it's dex plus proficiency.
Oh yeah, so you got +4 plus your dex.
Roll, so 3 plus 4 plus your dexterity plus your sleight of hand.
So that's 3 + 4, that's 7 + 10, technically. So that's 17?
17. Ugh, not quite enough.
Oh,
Again,
16.
you feel you become so concentrating in this task that you don't realize when a dart drops into your shoulder from the eyelet next to the door, because
I shoved something
the
in
trap
their
is
eyelet.
still there, but you're still trying to unlock the door, I should point out.
Can I shove
Nobody has
something in
tried
the-
to disable the trap.
I want to put my dick
Can
in
I
that
attempt to
eyelid.
disable the trap?
Oh, those are 2d20s. I don't want to roll 2d20s for damage. My god.
Jesus! Keel over?
Okay, there we
Die
go.
instantly.
You've got mad HP. I don't think you're gonna keel over.
Okay, so roll me a Constitution saving throw. Ingvar.
Daddy.
13. You take a full 10 points of poison damage as the dart sinks into your shoulder.
Oh, balls.
I would like to disable the trap.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, I'm gonna use my thieves' tools and roll that. That is a 24.
24. Yeah, no. With a 24, you go to work on the eyelet next to the lock. You lever in a thief's tool, you find a small spring and you snap it. And you hear a click, but nothing fires out. And the trap is disabled.
I would like to lockpick the door now.
At this rate, it was probably just out of ammunition.
Okay.
I would also like to cast guidance on myself for this.
Okay.
That is
Well,
a 20
that's
plus
going
1d4.
While that's going on, I'm just gonna, like, sit down a little bit, just to, like, ease the nausea a bit more, and, like, wave a mage hand out, just in case.
Okay, how much was that?
22
Right.
total.
22 total. Okay. You attempt to pick the lock, and as you do, you watch as you get closer and closer to finding the right set of tumblers, you watch as the lock starts to glow. It slowly turns red.
Oh shit.
22 is not enough to beat the arcane lock that is currently on the door.
Okay, okay. You know what, Lock? I've had about enough of you. And I cast Dispel Magic on the lock.
Okay. Dispel Magic is a direct thing. Does it have a spell level requirement?
I'm casting it at 4th level. If the spell's level is 4th, it instantly dispels it. If it's one above, then the DC for my check is 10 plus the spell's level.
Yeah.
And I need to beat that check with... I think just a flat d20? Oh, yeah, make an ability check using your spellcaster ability. Yeah. So I would have to do a charisma check.
Yeah. Okay. Arcane lock. Yeah. Okay, yeah, no. It just dispels, actually, no, hold on.
I'm fairly certain Arcane Lock's quite a low one regularly.
Depends what level it's cast at.
Yeah, it's a 2nd level.
And this was cast at 4th level. But Dispel Magic is a 4th level spell, so that doesn't matter. So yeah, you concentrate on the lock and you watch as the entire thing starts to corrode and eat away as the spell that is inside it dissolves into nothing. And you hear a clunk as the bolt inside the door just falls out. The door is open.
Well, you know what they say, if you can't beat them, dissolve them with an arcane power.
I don't think they say that.
Do in this house.
It's a pretty common turn of phrase in the library. But then again, there is always Acid George saying it, which may have skewed the statistics slightly.
Acid Georg.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Okay, on the basis of we've just opened a trapped door to get into the room, standard protocol is you always have a backup, so checking for traps before we go in.
I cast guidance on the rope that is checking for traps.
Roll me an investigation.
Yippee, I'm good at that. Let's see, investigation +9, plus 1d4.
I believe in you.
24.
24. So you step forward into this room. The first thing you notice are the songbird floorboards. As you step in, you feel the floorboards shift slightly under your weight. And one of them lets out a gentle warbling sound, like a bird singing. You look around, there's no birds, and you look down and you can see just between the gaps in the floorboards small hinges and springs that cause these odd sounds. There don't seem to be any other traps in the room, as far as you can tell. But this seems to be some sort of alarm system.
Okay, so the floorboards sing to let anyone know that somebody's coming in. What else do I see in this room?
The room is mostly empty. There's a few shelves that have various knickknacks and old trinkets that seem to have been destroyed by age. And a large, heavy-looking strongbox at the back that has been bolted to the floor.
Generally speaking, you'd only have an alarm system if there was somebody in the area to alarm.
What about a really long stick? We could just bypass
Bearing
the
in
floor
mind that
entirely.
the alarm system is built into the ship itself.
So this might be like a repurposed office then.
Well, what I mean is, it was probably designed to go off when the ship, if the ship was ever infiltrated while the crew were still around.
It might blow up.
There is that, yes.
Could you anti-magic the floor?
Technically, yes, but I have a feeling there's going to be an even beefier lock on that chest.
I'm pretty
So-
sure the floor is mechanical anyways, so don't worry about it too much.
Okay, I might be able to help with that, actually.
Let's see.
I have some
Can I see how
tinkerer's
far
tools.
the boards go?
So the boards cover the entire room. Looks
No, like the singing ones.
Oh,
that
the
the
singing
entire room?
ones. So the singing ones, I would say, span this section of the room, as far as you can tell.
Okay. I'm just gonna like reach out with my mage hands and just sort of like apply maximum pressure that I can at this range at least to the boards by just in front of the lockbox.
It warbles, it sings, but nothing else.
Nothing else?
Nope.
I'm gonna kind of like cat's paw drag it back towards me.
Yeah, every floorboard that is put pressure on, essentially sings. It gives off a small sound of songbirds, but nothing else.
Okay, I think it's just the alarm system, guys.
Yeah, it just seems to be an alarm system.
If I look at it with my magic vision, do I see what floorboards are not enchanted? Because surely there must be a pattern to this, right? If someone's coming here in the future.
There are no enchanted floorboards in this room.
It's
all mechanical.
It's all
It's
mechanical.
all mechanical.
Is there
And-
any pattern to the mechanical ones that cause warbling?
No,
Just that they're in
it's just-
that area.
It just seems like they're in that area.
It's just an alarm system. It's just the bell on the door.
Look at the big box at the end and just get a general vibe from it using my divine sense.
Divine sense? You step... You look through into the room as the door opens. The first thing you get is a blazing feeling of divinity coming from that box.
Ooh.
Like,
there's something sexy
like,
in that box and I want
that
it.
door opened and you almost had to shield your eyes.
Hey guys, there's some
And that's
good
still
news.
coming from inside the box. Like, it's not a physical glow, but it feels like you're having to shield your eyes from it because it's so bright. It's not visible to the naked eye, but it feels that way.
Guys, there's something holy in that box. There's something
their box?
holy in that box. And it's gonna be powerful, and it's gonna be real close to the gods. So, let's open the box. Let's open the box.
I'm slightly concerned with how enthusiastic you are about what is presumably a holy relic.
I mean,
But you know what? I'm fine with it.
I mean, it's on my bucket list apparently to kill a god. So there might be something worth checking in that box then.
You
Clearly-
need to fucking calm down.
Clearly, somebody thought this was worth protecting. Although, on the scale of what Pro's describing, I think they maybe could have spent a bit more in the budget on this one. But
There's something beautiful in that box.
that box is
I want it.
that box is definitely more guarded than this floor. So
I want it. Can we open it?
good question.
Probably. Let's
Okay.
see here.
Who wants to...
I approach the box.
I cast guidance on you as soon as I see you make the
Good.
first fucking step.
roll me
Good.
a constitution... No, roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom now. Oh boy.
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Well, I don't have advantage on those.
You also don't get guidance for it since it's a saving throw.
Correct. That is a 7.
Are you in a little, you might get, wait, hang on, I have, aura of
If I'm-
protection, so...
If I'm with you are at the back of the queue here.
I will say
I'm
that
more than
you-
10 feet from you.
Yeah,
you've
no, but I
walked
moved
a little
forward,
bit.
Yeah, they had to lay on hands where you were before, so they definitely moved forward.
so I'm over here, baby.
So it's a range of 10 feet, so about
10
to
feet.
there.
Yep. And you get to about here when the effect comes into play. So you would
Alright.
be within their area.
So,
I add your charisma to my save, is it?
with 10 feet of you must have gains a bonus of my charisma modifier. Unfortunately, my charisma modifier is 1.
Okay,
Hey, it's a
that's
plus
a total
1.
of 8.
Okay. As you start walking towards the box, Darren, you get within about 5 feet of it, and you start reaching out, and then you're like, why do I want this? You turn around and you start walking away. And then you get within 15 feet, and the effect disappears, and you look back and you... like, what just happened?
Oh, it's got a TARDIS thing.
It's gonna go walk towards it.
You're gonna walk towards it?
I'm gonna walk towards it.
Roll
Hello.
me a wisdom saving throw.
Come on, baby. I'm so wise. I'm the wisest. I literally have such a high wisdom for no reason.
Do I see what happens to, Right,
Yeah,
Darren?
You see Darren walk
I
towards
cast
it,
resistance on
Yeah,
Prod
reach
when I
out,
see
and
them.
then walk away.
This thing has a perception filter
So
going on.
What does resistance do?
You get 1d4 to the saving throw. It's basically guidance for saving throws.
Thank you. I'm gonna add a d4 to that. And that would be a dirty 20.
Dirty
Nice.
20. You reach out to the box,
Gimme!
and you
I'm
walk
trying to-
away.
What?
Uh-oh.
20 is not enough, apparently.
You get 15 feet away from the box and the effect stops. And you're
Bitch!
like, the fuck just happened?
I literally turn around and go, bitch!
Can I attempt to do it?
Sure.
I cast resistance on myself, and since I know this is going to happen to me, can I get advantage?
How many times have you cast resistance today?
Yeah, it feels like a lot.
I mean, it's literally a cantrip, so I can cast it as many
Okay,
times
it's
as I want.
cantrip. That's fine. That's fine. I'm just making sure.
Yeah, I'm not fucking burning
That's why it's
all
only a
spells.
D4.
Yeah. It is literally just guidance for saving throws, and it is moderately
Okay.
useless unless I absolutely know what's going to happen. Okay. I approach the box.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, that is a 10 plus 1d4, but I know that will fail no matter what.
Yeah, no. You get close to the box and you just feel this overwhelming sense of you don't need this. Whatever it is, it's not important. Why would you need it? And you can probably just leave now.
Is my magic vision going off like crazy when I see this? Is it the box
yeah.
that's enchanted, or is it the weapon?
The-
'Cause the weapon's
the
holy,
box-
so probably not.
The box itself is enchanted, yeah.
Okay, back to the really big stick idea.
It's way too heavy for my mage hand.
Is the
Well-
lock too heavy?
The lock is incorporated into the box.
I could maybe try and
Could you
shelf
pick it
the
from
box,
distance?
but that's the best I can do.
Is there any way we could, like, wise up somebody? Is there, like...
I feel like if the wisdom check happens enough, it might have less of an
Like,
effect because you know
like,
it's going to happen.
We're not gonna Mithridates our way through this.
No, but I'm trying to
Okay.
think of like how
If we
someone
get
who is approaching this would
cheerleading
get past
squad,
it.
a cheerleading squad that tells you to open the box. So even if you don't care, there's a bunch of people around you going, you gotta open that box, it's fine, you don't care, but we do, it's okay. How about that?
Oh yeah, like if you've got a second person
'cause
telling you actually want it, like
If the
it could
effect is to
override the
just-
effect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or like when someone else, you order for someone else at a restaurant and then suddenly that overrides your anxiety, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like you're
You-
coming into a room forgetting why you were
want
there,
us
but
to-
someone immediately tells you
us
why.
to- You want us to, like, secret code phrase break the executive dysfunction effect of this?
Yeah, let's do it, let's
that
do it.
might actually work, at least from what we've described so far.
Okay,
Alright, who's
I'm
next?
pretty wise, so let me try and open it, and everyone cheerlead me. Okay, let's go. Would that work, Lucian?
You can try.
I swapped the
guys.
resistance to prod. We're doing everything we can, baby.
Okay.
Okay.
Prod, he's our man. If he can't do it, no one can.
Oh, that's horrific.
Oh, I shouldn't
Prod,
have
Prod,
caused
open the
Oh.
box. We really want.
Roll
What's in
me
the
a
box?
wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Yippee!
Thank God.
will- It's an interesting idea. I'll allow it.
No, that's not gonna. That's not gonna work. I can tell you
What
that
is
now.
it? What is it?
13
It was a 9 and then
plus
a 13.
4, potentially, so it's still under 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Sorry. You.
Man, that shit's
it
divine.
helps. It feels like it helps, and you get within 3 feet of the box, and then you're like, yeah, but no. Just
What's
turn around.
Casma's wisdom save? Curiosity.
Everyone, look inside yourselves.
What's
If
the
you had
dragon's
to
wisdom save?
That's in.
And also maybe people who don't have.
He's got a +2
exhaustion.
for wisdom.
You know what? This is very funny, actually. How many tries do I have left on the anti-magic bauble?
No!
Oh,
No!
Huh. You don't know. All you know is
Yeah.
that it has a chance to break.
Okay, well, I guess I could try and repair that at some other point then, instead of using it now and potentially breaking it.
Hmm.
Oh,
mean,
wait,
we could just
actually,
have-
there is a way around this. It's a magic effect, right?
It is a
Yes.
magical effect, yes.
Would the time stop watch work, since basically everything else can't affect me while it's happening, including like magical effects like spells? Because otherwise something like fireball would explode while I walk into it, which it doesn't.
That is assuming that it's an activated thing as opposed to like a constant. Like if you turn on the time stopwatch, I'm pretty sure standing on lava is still gonna hurt. Like if it's just a constant AOE. I mean, you could try. I wouldn't. I don't think it'll work, but you can try.
And the only other thing I've got is the severed arm, and I don't think that's gonna help.
Oh, I had the 7 arm.
Yeah, no,
It's in my inventory.
Prod has the severed arm,
Can
I
we?
think.
Oh,
No. If
Okay, I'll remove that then.
So
even
multiple
if we-
people have the severed arm, it's fine.
it's the one
Cast
arm.
duplicity on the severed arm. They'll never
Yeah.
find the original.
The only things I can think of to do would be to move the box closer to us, but that's just going to put us into its range that much faster.
Yeah, like the only other thing
Like,
I
we
can
need to-
think
we
of
need
is
to
I
open the
technically
box.
have another dispel magic to burn, but it might not work since this seems like a higher level spell.
Hmm.
Oh wait, maybe I could get one of my my guardians to do it.
Stands to reason. Is there a visible lock? There is a visible lock on the
There
thing,
is
right?
there is a visible lock. In
Okay.
fact, let me give you guys a bit of a description of this box.
Right.
For a start, it is gilded in gold.
Oh.
It has glass panels across the top that are stained glass panels. The front of it has the golden circle of the symbol of Tenna. Some of you may know this, some of you may not.
Ah, from Wolfram.
As in the goddess Tenna.
Pretty cheap ghost.
She, so the box itself has 3 locks for 3 different keys, and it looks like it would contain one hell of a religious artifact. Whatever it is, it seems to have been put in this box for transport, and then the ship was lost, essentially. So it was never recovered.
This raises the question, how did they get this box on the ship? Because every time someone approaches it, they get the immediate sensation of it's not worth it, go away. So they had to
Presumably
turn
they
that off
enchanted it.
somehow.
Oh, maybe it's a mirror of error said thing. You have to not want what's in the box in order to get near it and look in the box.
I
Oh,
don't want
maybe.
to reference that, but maybe.
I mean the chalice of desire.
Yeah, the thing.
I
Okay.
Don't
why-
want it so bad. I appreciate the plot.
I'm just gonna start, like, I have Mage Hand Leech Domain, I can pick locks from a distance, so I'm gonna start Jedi mind tricking the locks with my lockpick set, with my lock picking set with the Mage Hand.
Okay. Roll me a sleight of hand.
I get no penalties, I also get no buffs to this, so it's just the 6. That's an 11 so far.
So, an 11 doesn't do much.
There's no
And
trap in there.
you realize that the reason an 11 doesn't do much is because as you're watching from a distance, and it's kind of hard to make out, but you watch the tumblers click into place on one side, and they seem to be correct. And then they click back after like 3 seconds or so.
This is a nuclear key situation. We need to pick all 3 locks simultaneously. Or find the keys, I guess.
Should we look around and see if there's keys?
Yeah, like, if we can find
maybe
the keys,
that's a good
I can put
idea.
them, if we can find the keys, I can put them all in and open the thing. I don't know
You-
what
you
I'll do
guys-
for the zone, but
You guys go find the keys. I'm just gonna repeatedly walk at this thing.
You're waiting to.
Okay.
You're trying to take 20 on the wisdom.
Okay,
More than 20.
Right.
sure.
It's probably not in this part of the ship, but I'll investigate nonetheless.
Roll me an investigation check, looking specifically for a key that would match the box.
Yeah.
It'd probably be a magic key, right?
You would imagine so, possibly, though
Can
you're
I
not
help?
entirely certain about the mechanism of locking the box.
There's a 16. So
16.
far.
You start combing through this section of the ship, and after a bit of time, it starts becoming clear that if there ever was anything valuable in this section of the ship, it has likely been removed when the people who were here left. However, you do notice near the front of the ship, there's a small alcove with a hook on it that actually has, like, the alcove itself has the edges of it gilded in gold. The alcove is split in half, and it's essentially right on the edge of the section of the ship that is destroyed. So it's possible that the key could have been there, but fell to
key
the
could have-
mountainside or is in the other section of the ship.
I guess I'll make my way to the over section of the ship first, then. It's a smaller thing to explore.
Okie dokie.
Before I get attacked by a yeti or something. Right, anything over here?
So you climb down across the area. You look around, and this section of the ship is actually a lot fuller with debris and splinters and everything. You look around for a minute, and you do spy, actually, a small golden key underneath what looks to be a pile of, like, splinters and wood pieces. You also notice that it has the symbol of chest on it, but it's not alone.
Ah, hell.
In that, as you pick up this large sort of piece of wood, you notice that the key is grasped in the hand of a very large albino rat-like thing
Rat!
that is sleeping underneath this.
Close enough to a close enough to a yeti. Okay, right.
Underneath this thing. It has not woken, but it seems to be very interested in the shiny thing that it is holding.
Okay, well, it's asleep, and I'm gonna try and pickpocket it at a distance using my mage hand, because that's a thing I can still do.
Okay. Roll me a sleight of hand.
Do I get advantage for it being asleep?
You don't have exhaustion, right?
I don't think so. I don't recall why
No.
Prod got it.
Prod got it because of the storm.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, I would say you do get advantage on this because it is asleep.
Yippee. That is a
18.
24. Total.
24. From a distance, watching this albino rat-like creature as it slumbers in what is assumedly its nest, you start pulling the key through its paw. It takes a moment, and for a second you think it might wake up. But then it slips free of its grasp, and you breathe a sigh of relief as you carry it over to you. This key is marked with the circular symbol of tenor, which you can guess might denote it being the center one.
Right, so I'm gonna bring that back to the lock and just plonk it in its slot at the very least.
You try and get close to the chest. Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
I'm not going manually. I am putting this in with the mage hand.
Okay, you're putting it in with mage hand. Yeah, it slots in. You feel confident. And, Prod, you're still trying to get closer to the chest, right?
Yep.
Okay, roll me a wisdom saving throw. As Darren slots this key in, roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom.
No, wisdom, not wisdom.
7.
7. With additional or
Total?
just...
I'm not gonna bother with the additional.
Okay.
Actually, with that, sure, I'll add some additions. Do I still have the dear? Do I have my dearest
You know what? Sure, I've been trying to help you out this whole time because I'm just like, he's trying.
That's a 9.
Okay. I mean, don't forget you still have DM inspiration and stuff. That's the thing.
I've been holding on to mine for months at this point.
Do I have a? Do I actually have inspiration?
You have one
No.
DM inspiration. And Ingvar has one as well, and Lying has one as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's nice. Is this a moment? Hey, DM, breaking fourth wall. Is this a moment where I should use my inspiration?
It's a moment where you can use your inspiration.
No, that's not an answer. Should I? Hey, gang! This guy's useless. Should I use my inspiration?
Well, yes.
Okay. Does inspiration give me anything else?
Inspiration is just a straight re-roll of a dice. D20.
Hey, gods. Ah, I love you. I love you. 20 on the wisdom save.
Plus the 2 from the
20 on a
resistance.
wisdom save.
With a 3 for the so that's a 23.
23. With the key in the lock, you feel this wave wash over you again, and you approach, but your interest in the chest doesn't diminish, and you manage to lay a hand on it. You get the feeling that the key in the lock reduces the difficulty of getting close to this thing
Okay.
to a 20.
Okay. I relay that information. Hey
From
guys,
its original
20?
difficulty.
more in the holes. It actually becomes quite weak.
So we just have to fill out the holes.
Yeah.
Aye.
Are there more keys hanging about?
Well, the last one was kind of being snuggled by a big white rat. The rat might have more, but we probably can't get more out of it without waking it.
Do I have any sleight of hand? Probably not.
As a note, there are still a few areas of the ship that you haven't checked.
Yes, but to explore the
so-
front section more, we're going to have to deal with that rat.
Well, no, I mean, you still haven't checked the captain's cabin and
Oh,
the...
did my
Oh, where's
investigation
that?
check not
upper
cover that?
deck. No, it's a separate area.
Oh,
I
Okay.
realized that I may not
don't
have
want to get
explained that properly.
scared again, so I'm just gonna sit on this box for a bit.
right.
Can I send my little boy out to like scavenge for keys?
Pardon?
Okay.
Your little boy?
Yeah, my observer.
Well, I guess you just never described
My little
him
boy.
like that. You're a teeny lad.
I specialize in my little boy.
I'd like you to go through all the names of your little critters at some point.
There's little boy. There's Mr. Slashy. The message deliverer postman. There's Goomdomp, the big round one.
Goomdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, can Ingvar do an investigation on the top deck? Because he's sitting doing bloody...
Sure.
And then there's Keith, the unknowable.
Roll me an investigation check, Ingvar.
10.
Just 10. You walk around. You manage to find a bag of grain that also has a very stale loaf of bread in it.
Oh god damn it.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
This is why Inor never investigates. You've traumatized me.
I have. I'm sorry. Okay. You do, however, you also find, I'll say this because you are a ranger, so you specialize in, like, animal tracking and stuff like that. You do find a small alcove, on the mast that is, once again, gilded in gold. No key in it, but you see what look to be beak marks, like pecking, around the mast itself, as if a woodpecker has been pecking at it.
Well, time to go to the crow's nest, I guess.
What the fucking magpies? The Arctic magpies are at it again.
Why is there so much life on this peak?
Grief. Do these wooden masts have, are they crow's nests? Do they have ladders up them, or?
They might have had once, but most of the rope has, like, come loose or been used to anchor the ship itself. So the rigging for the ship is long gone. It's mostly been used to maintain the ship in its current sort of place.
Brian, no, you can't athletics up the pole.
I think you can.
You
I think that's
can.
That's a pretty standard
Don't you
use of
have a
athletics.
pole dragon?
I don't think I don't. Maybe Kazuma could drop
He
him
can
off.
carry
up
you,
there.
like, right, yeah.
I'm gonna get attacked as soon as. Yeah, up for go then. Up on the dragon.
Okay. You head up the crow's nest. I will... hold on.
Oh, no, no.
I'm just gonna enable flying on you real quick. There you go. Now you can fly up there. So you head up the crow's nest. You do, you land in the crow's nest, and you see it is quite literally a crow's nest, or some form of bird's nest, that has been put together up here. There's like a relatively large nest, maybe around about... it's a nest that Kazuma could comfortably curl up in.
Aww.
Which means that the bird is about the size of Kazuma, probably. You look around, you spy amongst the twigs a silvery key with a small sort of cross on it that looks possibly to be able to fit in the chest.
Is he able to get it out without waking anything up?
There's nothing in the nest at the moment.
No, enough.
However, I would like you to make me a stealth check.
Oh no. I was trying not to throw that in the ocean for once, but never mind.
Bye-bye, ocean die.
19.
19. You hear in the distance a sound as something flies around in the distance, but nothing seems to be noticing you as of yet.
Can I quickly, sneakily steal the key?
Yep, you managed to do that without trouble.
Now I've got to
and-
get out of the nest without being spotted.
Well, you rolled a 19, so that carries you for now. So you hop down with Kazuma out of the nest, and you head to the back of the ship.
Whoop. Where's the man? And then he's just gonna. Where's Darren gone?
Darren is. Where is Darren?
While you're doing that, I am mainly just attempting to search a little further, more around here, I guess. I guess I can go upstairs.
You're going to the captain's cabin?
Might as well. This is the next place I haven't checked. At which point, I'm guessing I can see and hear what's going on above.
You do watch as Ingvar gets grabbed by Kazuma and flies up to the crow's nest, yeah.
I'm
In
just
the
gonna wait
hands.
for Darren. Ingvar's fine. He's just gonna wait for Darren to come back so he can give him a key, so he can put it in the chest with Mage Hand. Because I'm not getting anywhere near it. Not with my wisdom.
Okay. Are you chucking that down, or do I need to climb?
No, Casimar's brought us back down to the deck.
Oh, right. Okay. Alright. I guess
So
I'll take the key and mage hand it in. Is this the left or the right key?
It has a 1 on it, and most books are read from right to left. Left to right, sorry.
Right. But does it... Is this from a culture that does that? And more importantly, is this from a culture that indexes it 0 or 1?
You
Sounds
don't
like
know?
it goes on the left side.
I guess. Okay, I'll wave it over.
Only
into
people
the
that
left side.
start at 0, those sick programming freaks.
Holy. I resemble that remark. There's, yes. Wave it off into the left slot.
Okay. You feel this gentle sort of wave as the threshold for approaching this chest decreases.
So we've got 2 of them in now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I attempt to approach?
Yeah, sure. Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Okie dokie. That's a 9. Nope.
Nope. Not with the 9, I'm afraid. You feel like you managed to get closer, and then you think to yourself that you don't really need to be near this thing, and you walk away. And you get 15 feet away, and you're like, shit.
God damn it.
Why don't you throw it to me? I'm sitting on the thing.
Oh, yeah, I mean... Oh, we've got the key in, right? It's just
The key is in.
Yeah, there's just one last one missing. I was going to attempt to, like, lockpick it, and we could turn the other 2 at the same time. Oh, well.
Maybe I could try and lockpick.
Oh, yeah, does my little guy find anything? I kind of, like, sent him out.
Well, the only place that you guys haven't explored is the captain's cabin. So, and I assumed that was what Darren was going to explore, but then you went to, well, Lang's gone. Lang's dead.
No, I'm still here.
Okay. I assumed that you were going to explore the captain's cabin, but then
Yes,
you
and then I got
didn't,
waylaid.
so, yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, alright, back I go. No traps on this door, that's nice.
Nope.
What do I
that
see
door-
before I go in?
A relatively well-appointed captain's cabin. It has a bed in one corner. There's a map table with charts strewn across it. There's a couple of bookshelves. There is the skeleton of a man sitting in a chair with a knife through his ribs.
It's a really convoluted skeleton. Most skeletons don't have knives. Wow. Okay, this is a place that clearly fought well enough to both trap the door to the area downstairs and rig the floor, so... checking for traps.
Okay.
Because this is where I put most of the money if I was running a ship.
Well, it seems like the cargo hold is where most of the stuff is being stored, so...
Yeah, but this is the captain's room. It's gonna have valuables. Probably. So that means it's probably protected. So, check for traps.
Okay.
My hackles
roll,
are up, I am checking for traps. Okay.
roll me an investigation check.
Yeah. Heck.
Uh-oh.
This is what happens when I've spent like a day in the air. It's not good for me.
The room seems completely devoid of any traps.
As it would.
I cast counter bullshit.
Prod, could you come up here and march brazenly into a room for me? I need someone to make a bold
But
entrance.
I'm sitting on the box, and I'm the only one who's got near it at the moment.
Well, no.
Oh,
the
right,
librarian's
fine.
downstairs.
I hop off. And
No,
I
the
march
librarian didn't
upstairs.
get near it.
Oh.
Yeah, it didn't.
But I
Librarian
can be
failed
strong
their,
again.
Thing.
Wait. Can't I get upstairs? Yeah. Yeah. Need to see myself. Wait.
Completely missed the pit of lava and the swinging axe trap. Considering we spent time underneath this room, that would be quite a feat.
March again.
Okay.
Boop-a-doop.
Nothing in there as far as you can see, other than what you can see.
Come on, man. I just sort of wander about, being like, traps! I stamp my feet around.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Nothing happens. It's a pretty plain room.
This is where we're going to find out all of these traps in here were calibrated specifically for dwarves because the captain was a raging bigot.
That would be fucking hilarious, not gonna lie.
Not for you, not for me.
Well, I
Okay.
mean, it is an airship. And you have been saying that dwarves are not particularly air-related people.
Right, I guess I'll have a look at the body then. Or what's left of it.
Boop,
Okay.
boop, boop.
Well, the first thing you notice is the key is pretty easily visible. It's on the desk, and it has been broken in two.
Well, heck. Librarian, we need mending.
Half of it is in the hand of the skeleton, and the other half is missing.
Which
Hold it
half
on
is
the
in the hand of
mending,
the skeleton?
librarian.
Is it the key part, as in like the bit that does the tumblers, or is it the handle part?
The handle is in the skeleton's hand, and the rest of it is nowhere to be seen.
This is where we find out that Lucian actually made this trap basically unwinnable for us this entire time, and has just been leading us on.
There
wait a
are
minute.
results that you can get
Okay.
here.
Okay.
But it's up
Can
to you.
I follow down to where I saw Darren go?
To the captain's cabin?
Oh, to the
Yeah.
captain's cabin, or okay, so
Yeah.
not to the front with the albino rat.
No.
You can go there. Yeah.
One second, I can actually see higher. There we go. Game?
Game.
There we go. Oh, I'm apparently cutting the table in half. Never mind.
Well, that's one way to explore.
Yeah.
You're using the cut box.
Yeah, because it won't cut everything off properly for me otherwise. Okay, so I can see the room filled with people. Or
Yep,
nothing.
Prod, Darren, they're both here. You can see in the chair, kind of slumped over, is the skeleton of presumably the captain, with a really big knife kind of just shoved through his ribs to where the heart would be.
What's on this table?
Charts. There's star charts and a couple of maps that are, you would assume, around about a decade old, maybe a little older than that.
Have we investigated the captain's corpse? Aside from just looking at the hand?
No,
Can I do that?
sure.
I roll a 20.
Roll a 20. Natural 20 or dirty 20?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. You scan over the captain's body, and there is relatively intact fabric. So it's a relatively well-dressed skeleton, apart from where there are massive slashes across the torso and the massive knife that is going through his ribs. You assume he, though you're not entirely certain. The attire is ambiguous. You notice what may have once been an eye patch lying on the floor. There is a spilled bottle of dry ink near the table. There is a medallion around his neck that is enchanted. And there is a small compass on his belt that is also enchanted.
None of this makes sense. Like, why would he have half a key held closely like that unless he had the second half somewhere nearby? And the rat people wouldn't have broken it because they like the shiny things intact, and they probably wouldn't want to damage it, so it wouldn't make sense for them to have it either.
From what you can tell, the captain did not get stabbed sitting down. As far as you can see, the captain was stabbed while fighting and pushed into the chair. He died sitting, but he wasn't sitting when he was stabbed.
Does it look like the key was broken on purpose?
Yes. With the 20, I'd say yes, it does.
So I think he was trying to keep the key from someone taking it. I know where I would probably keep something like that. I would like to check under his pillow.
Okay, sure. Check under his pillow. Roll me a... Technically, roll me a sleight of hand.
Okay. I'm kind of scared that I have to roll sleight of hand for a pillow check.
Yeah, that sounds like there's gonna be a bear trap or something under it, doesn't it?
Natural 20, 22.
Natural 20, okay. You slide your hand under the pillow, and run your hand across the head of the bed. Doesn't feel like there's anything there. You run it back, and then your knuckles hit something inside the pillow. Turn it over, and you notice that there's a very small cut that's been sewn up. You rip it open and pull out not the other half of the key, but a small locket box. The kind you would have hung around your neck or attached at the belt. The kind that would contain pictures or mementos, stuff like that.
I'll open the locket.
It contains a small, rolled up message. That has a small seal on it, very tiny, of the Church of Tenor.
I will attempt to read it.
What languages do you know?
I know Celestial, Common, Dwarvish, Primordial, and that's it.
So you know Celestial. That's good. Lyrical in nature, a little bit flowy, but the point across is this. Guard this chest with your lives. Do not allow it to fall into Rodavian hands on your crossing. If you do, your lives will be forfeit to the church.
Well, there's some politics for you. Not a key, though. Not a key. Can I cast Inspect, like Ritual Cast Inspect on the medallion and compass to see what they're used for?
Do you as in, like...
Identify?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. So the medallion is just a straight +1 to AC. And the compass always points to the nearest major population center.
Well, I think I'll pocket the compass and yoink the medallion. Here you go, Prod.
Cheers! What'd it do?
Big
It's
shield.
+1 to AC. Straight up.
Oh my god, my AC's gonna be 20.
Or it's gonna make the paladin more broken.
Well, that's a good
Sure,
tank.
pop that medallion on.
Yep, now we just need you to get the sentinel trait. Or feat.
Okay. But yeah, the key, the other half of the key does not seem to be in this room. It's very possible that the captain broke it in half in flight and threw it over the side.
So we're never finding that then.
I mean, we could shove it in anyway and then try and lockpick it.
You know that a 15 at the very least succeeded on lockpicking at least one of the locks, Darren.
Alright.
But it didn't unlock because the other locks weren't unlocked at the same time.
I just thought of some silly shit.
Oh no.
Tell me.
I want to take a handful of snow, use shape water to like put it into the lock with the other part of the key, and then freeze it onto the part of the key so it can be turned, perfectly matching the tumblers.
I will tell you right now, that will not work. Because that's not how the locks work.
It said I had like tumblers though.
Yeah.
It has tumblers.
Those
If you
tumblers
put-
do not rest in the opening state.
Yeah,
you just,
no.
like, it's a fluid though, so it'll push up and stuff.
If you
right?
do that, you will break the lock. That's
Yeah,
just physics.
Not even like, well, if you have water in it and it freezes, then yeah, you're going to expand and break it. But also, if you put enough water in that under pressure so that the tumblers move, you're still not going to get the right lock shape. Because there are tumblers that, like, the way that a lock works with tumblers is that they're meant to be pushed a certain distance each into position. So if you just put it under high pressure, all of them will be pushed to the max distance.
I mean, I don't need it to be like a big pressure thing, because I can magically shape the water to whatever shape I want.
You're still
You don't
not
know
going to
what
get...
the key looks
Yeah,
like.
you're still not going to get the key shape. I know how to pick locks, okay? This won't work.
Well,
Or at least
that's
I know
it
how to
then.
pick locks in
Eldritch
reality.
Blast on the lock. I tried everything, folks. If only we had a rogue that could pick the lock, but alas.
I'm on my way.
I know.
Okay. Right. Prod, are you going with?
I'm going with. Because I defeated it once, does that make it easier for me just to get close again?
You don't know? Find out.
I'ma get jiggy with it. Can someone
That
TP
one,
me?
Dragon Ball Z.
Yes, I'll drag you down. Give me a second.
Thank you. Drag me through the floor.
Yeah, like, lockpicking is actually one of my hobbies. I have a lockpicking set, like, literally just on my desk right now.
Okay. So you walk into the room, Prod, you walk towards the chest, you get to the chest, nothing.
Oh, fantastic!
You succeeded once, it doesn't care anymore. At least, not for now.
Well, here goes a nothing. Anybody want
Cast
to give
resistance on Darren.
me... Is resistance the thing I need? Do you mean guidance?
This isn't a saving
no,
throw.
it's resistance. Resistance for this is saving throw. Guidance is for a check.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
about
and
to,
this is a
like,
check.
slide hands.
But you can already get to it?
I can
Using-
do it. I can do it at range.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, yeah, you're right. Okay, I do guidance then.
Okay.
Okay. That's a 17.
That is 23 total.
Okay, there's a 23 total, but a 17 works. Timing this, as you do, first things first, Darren, you click things into place. Prod, you turn the first key, the silver one.
Uh-huh.
Though both those locks click, you hear a chunk as something disengages. And then you turn the gold key. It doesn't turn like a normal key. It turns like you're winding something.
Oh.
How many times do you turn it?
Thrice.
Thrice?
Thrice.
Thrice.
Wait, what? Can I? Okay.
Hmm?
I am a religious man.
Yes.
Is there? This is the god Tenor, right? Tanor.
God Tenor. The goddess Tenor, yes.
Goddess Tenor. Does she have a number associated with her? Because they're all the certain order in the pantheon, right?
Tenor is known as the she's known as the goddess of the hearth, the goddess of home. She is the fourth in the order. However, you also know that her symbol is one solid single ring.
I turn it once then, and I give everything, and I just wait a second, and then I turn it twice, and I wait a second. And I will just keep doing
you turn
that.
it once first, right?
Yeah.
You turn it once. The key starts to turn back.
Okay.
It
All the way around?
slowly turns back.
Okay.
Do you wait for it to get to 0, as it were, or do you turn it again?
I wait for it to turn back to 0, and then I will trial and error this motherfucker.
Okay. The key... You wait a second. You hear a... And the chest opens. Inside this stained glass and gold gilded chest sits on a slightly decayed pillow at this point a small vial of silver liquid. And when you stare at this liquid, it makes you want to kneel and pray.
Oh dear.
The divinity that is pouring off of this is akin to staring an archangel in the face.
What?
Is this the blood of a god?
Is this the Ark of the Covenants?
Is the
Is this the cum of a god?
Additionally,
Oh God.
in the chest, there are a few other things that are kind of being suffused by this single item. There is a set of additional vials that are gilded in gold that seem to be potions of some sort. And there is a injection syringe.
Now, Prod, I know you do want to do the holy heroin, but before you do...
Look, Prod is literally like salivating over this. But
Won't
if
you-
I
won't you
have
not be pretty
God's
angry if
blood
you-
running through my veins, that gives me so much. I could be in the he's just dying. A little
Can I
bit.
do a history check to see what I know about any of this happening before? Like, blood of a god turning someone into an avatar, maybe?
Also, can
Okay.
I do a religion check for the
Sure.
the
History
same
and religion checks. Give me.
Still exhausted. That's fine.
13. Damn, that sucked.
20 religion.
20 on religion, 13 on history. Okay. Historically, you have no idea at this point, librarian. There is very little that you can tell about what's going on here, other than this looks like some major religious artifact.
Just searching through my index for just the keywords there of religious heroin and nothing showing up.
Prod.
Hi.
There are stories. Old stories, thousands of years old, from the time of the cataclysm, before the gods were sealed behind the divine gate. Stories relating to the titans primordial that came before them. Stories that tell of the ways the gods used to fight these strange abominations. Stories of what the gods bestowed on mortal beings to aid in their fight. In particular, because you are a paladin of Calist, you know of the stories of her dragons, and how when the world was at its darkest, Calist gave unto her followers strange essences that transformed her most beloved into gem dragons. And that is where the origin of the gem dragons in this world exists. There are few and far between. They do not often exist in the material plane these days. Many of them retreated to the Feywilds. However, it is said that a god would bestow upon a follower a small piece of their essence that would transform them beyond their mortal making into what was truly powerful, what could defend against the hordes that the primordial titans brought to bear. That's what you know.
That's what I know. Rod picks them all up, picks up everything in that thing, and goes,
Okay.
I need 10 minutes alone in the bathroom.
There is no bathroom here. They shit off of the deck, so I'm not sure what you're asking.
What is special
Well, the
about
cabin
these?
the captain's cabin must have a chamber pot.
Prod, what? We've just spent like an hour and a half getting this thing open. What are those, and why are you so interested in them?
Yeah, tell us a story. Paint it with your words.
My many, many words. So you know how our little dwarven friend over here occasionally turns into a lizard? Imagine if I could do that on purpose.
You have my attention.
I don't know about I think sharing needles might be a bad thing, and that's not from a selfish standpoint. That's from I don't think that's good. But this stuff is, it's not just the stuff of legend. It is, but it's also, so imagine, okay, it's not, okay, I'm gonna have to put this in my terms. I know it might make you uncomfortable. So you know how cum is just like a little bit of someone, right?
The librarian is taking furious notes. Go on.
Well, now
Continue.
imagine.
I'm awake now. Jesus Christ, what was it?
I'm making myself laugh. So like, imagine instead of that just like going through your digestive system, that little bit of essence of someone made you more like if you got imagine you got fucked by a god, you'd become a bit godlike, right? Well, imagine if you shoot some of this, but not in the place you'd normally shoot it.
Oh, it's like lycanthropy with the werewolf cum.
Yes, like the werewolf.
A little bit wolfy from it, yeah.
Yeah. Like I knew a trans guy. He didn't even need tea. He got all hairy. It was great.
Okay, Prod. All metaphor aside, what is that stuff?
I think that's an essence of a god, and if we have it, then we become
Then
a bit.
I might be able to
draconic.
tick something off of my bucket list. Okay.
How much?
Let's-
DM question: how much is there for? Is this something that can be shared, or is this something
There
for
is one use.
one use? There's one use of this.
We are saving that. We are holding on to that because that is probably going to be very important very soon. To me,
Counter argument: if we
personally.
save it, then that means someone will try to take it from us immediately.
Yes,
to
this
use
is
it
an
now and reap its rewards later, rather than use it as a last resort.
Like, Prod, you could see this flashing like an incredibly holy beacon, right? Someone's gonna come after us as soon as we step foot in a city with this thing.
We're
So-
not headed for a
Exactly.
city.
As a note, the moment, like, until you opened the door to this chamber, you couldn't sense it at all. So there's something about this chamber that is keeping you from sensing whatever's inside it. But the moment you saw through the door, it was like someone had lit the fires of Gondor.
Don't we have like a space to store things, like a safe or something?
Not
I mean,
really.
I could make a bag of holding if I had the time, probably, but
Do you not have
I
any
mean,
kind
me?
of extra dimensional spot?
So
I could leave it at the library.
I have a confession, guys.
Oh.
I think the armor I might be wearing might be evil.
Oh. We
And
have
I
now
have
come to this
a-
conclusion.
Shadow armor has some kind of evil intent.
I think it may not have my best intentions at heart.
Uh-huh.
I have a feeling that if I balance it out somehow with some real good shit, maybe I won't at the end of this.
Counterpoint, that could
Yeah.
be an ingredient to literally achieving my entire arc. So let's maybe...
Also, counter argument: what if you gain like the demigodhood status, and the armor decides, you know what, it's my time to shine, and decides to take over your body?
Got too much wisdom for that.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, too much
Hey.
wisdom definitely helped
I
you
mean,
a
why
moment
can't
ago.
you just take off the armor? Is there an
I can! He like pulls off the chest like, fuck you!
then what's the issue? Why are you so afraid of it? Why don't we just leave it here and then, you know?
Sure, I'll leave it here. That'll
Can I roll insight?
That might be
Sure, roll
worthwhile.
me insight. Prod, roll me deception.
Oh.
Nat 20, baby, 26.
I don't need to roll deception.
You might still get that
Prod
20.
is lying about something and you are certain of it.
What are you not telling us?
I mean, if I leave it here, I'll just wake up with it on.
It's fucking cursed. I said every single time we identified this, oh, I think there's something more to this. What if it's cursed? It looks really spooky. No one listens to the librarian. It's not like he cared for artifacts for the majority of his fucking existence. Oh, okay, we're taking you to a cleric. The next big city we stop in, and we're getting that thing off of you.
Hey, Vera. Vera?
Viscera.
Viscera.
Vera?
Sorry, my brain can't handle
Viscera.
Viscera. What do you think about this armor? You're on my side, right?
Sick as hell.
Viscera, roll me a history or religion check. One of the two.
Oh god.
It's
Oh,
gotta
no.
not be like a
You
nat
can
one.
you can choose which one.
History or what?
Religion.
I have 0 on both. Awesome. 12.
12. Okay. Because you are a member of the Church of Metano, you actually don't need to roll too high on this, because this is part of your lore.
Awesome.
You've been traveling with Prod for a while now, but you've only gotten a good look at the armor in the past few hours, and you've come to a realization. The armor that Prodigious Maximus is wearing originally belonged to the head of the Order of the Black Rose, who was incinerated in the Church of Metano in Necronir over 3 centuries ago. The armor was made by a necromancer, and it is suspected that the soul of the first knight of the Order of the Black Rose was sealed inside that armor, and nobody knows what exactly happens. The armor was not lost. It was shipped to a church a few centuries ago, but at some point... my apologies, not 3 centuries. 9 centuries ago. 9 centuries.
It's quite a difference.
Yes, my apologies. The armor was made before the Cataclysm, essentially. And it was lost during the Cataclysm when it was being shipped from Necronir to another church. It was lost somewhere in the region of the Cragstead Mountains when there used to be more ocean around them. But the seas dropped a good 2 kilometers in the Cataclysm. So, you know. So yeah. You are well aware that the armor that Prodigious Maximus is wearing is a lost relic of the Church of Metano. You don't know if it's cursed or not, but there are rumors.
Great.
Just while we're having this like discussion about the armor, can I pickpocket range with Mage Hand the juice from Prod, because I feel like this is going downhill quickly.
I feel like that's a point of aggression that I would not like to hit just yet, if that's alright.
Well, that's why I'm pickpocketing, so he doesn't notice while he's like taking
Sleight
his
of
top off
hand,
and stuff.
I will allow it. Prod, roll me, because you are very interested in
I'm
this, roll me an
very
active
distracted.
perception check.
Active perception.
So just roll me a perception check.
Oh no, it's on my whiz. Okay. 11.
11. Darren, roll me a sleight of hand.
17.
17. As you're turning to speak to Viscera about the armor, you don't notice, Prod, that the vial that you are holding in your hand, one of 5, you should point out, because you are holding 5 vials. 4 of them are gold, and one of them is this silver liquid. Darren sneakily slides the silver vial out of your hand. You don't notice it disappear.
Okay. So there's 5 vials. I mean, we could all have a shot of the juice, just these juices might not be as juicy as the other juices.
Rod,
Do I have
this
to
is
keep
the
rolling to
issue.
just steadily reduce the
We-
pile?
If you want to, yeah, you can. The other vials contain red liquid.
Rod, this isn't the issue. The issue is you're wearing armor that is quite possibly cursed. We don't know what it will do to you, but you have an intrinsic bad feeling about it, right?
Bad feeling isn't what I feel. The feeling is evil.
You feel evil emanating from this armor.
Yeah, and I feel good radiating from the vial, and I feel mad that they, I don't know, made my favorite drink half price. I don't care. I want...
Wait, would that be a good thing?
Oh yeah. I just thought they kind of made it half as much.
Look, isn't a
Rolling
better
my
solution
sleight of
here,
hand.
rather than trying to balance out the good, the bad with the good, just getting rid of the bad the next time that we can.
Another vial
There's-
disappears from your hand, Rod. You don't notice.
Okay, that's fine. This is hilarious.
It's making you potentially be dishonest with us. And you're my friend. I don't want you to have to lie to us.
It's just... I am not lying.
Hi.
I just think that power is power, no matter where that power comes from, as long as it's used for good.
But that depends on you using it and not it using you.
Not used me so far.
Has it, though?
Rod, roll me
No.
a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh dear! Oh dear! Oh bad time! That's not a good thing
Another
for
vial
DMs,
disappears
eh?
from your hand, Prod.
That's a 15! Eh?
15. Okay. You... It's a meets it beats it situation, so you technically beat this, but Prod, you feel a hand on your shoulder. You hear a voice go. Why would you want them to separate us? We've done so much good together.
Exactly,
now.
Gladys! I've decided to name the armor Gladys. You can't
Right.
even allow me to
the
cut it
armor's
out window.
voice pauses for a moment. Well, I suppose it's not the worst I've been called. Well, but we could do so much together, prodigious. After all, you want to know where you come from, don't you?
Exactly, Gladys.
Rod, who are you
And the
talking
armor
to?
retreats.
Do I
it's-
notice the way
You
that I did when I
notice?
saw the princess was cursed and I could see those strands of magic emanating? Do I notice the armor change in any way during that?
You don't notice the armor change. You do notice the faintest of shadows shift behind Prod. Almost so faint that it's unnoticeable, but because you can see magic, you notice it.
Did you just talk to the armor?
Yeah, well, kind of have had imaginary friends since I was quite young. You know, a whole symptom of being a lonely child and growing up in a monastery. I decided to name the armor Gladys.
Imagine
Monastery?
that there is a soul in that armor of the first bearer of it, probably, that radiates evil.
Her name's Gladys. She's alright, really. She hasn't told me to murder anyone.
And you can be sure they're not manipulating you in any way.
No. I'm too dumb to be manipulated. Leave.
You realize you just answered me no to the you can't be sure.
On the note of Prod being too dumb to be manipulated, there are no longer any vials in Prod's hands.
Yep.
I've been stealing
your
them
hand is
each
now
individually.
Prod, including the injector. The injector's gone as well.
Yeah. And I go, and these could Huh? What the fuck? Did Gladys take the vials? Oh god, Gladys has got the vials! Guys, red alert, I think my arm has just stolen the magic. I start, like, looking around the room. And, like, peering under the chest plates.
Do I feel anything holding these, real quick?
The 4 red and gold vials, those just radiate normal, like, potion field.
Okay.
The silver one feels warm to the touch. Not like just warm as in someone's been holding it for a while, but warm as in when you touch it, you feel like you're sitting next to a hearth in a home. You're sitting next to the roaring fires of a family home.
Can I ad-lib something a little bit, please?
Sure.
Okay. Prod's swirling around trying to find the vials, and then sees Lying clutching them. And then he kind of stops and looks at Lying and sort of there's rats. You share a heart with that vial.
I'm sorry?
And as you say that, the entire ship rocks as something slams into the side of it. And that is where we are going to call it for the evening.
Yippee!
Yay! Also, Ingvar, roll me a perception check real quick. Just for the end of this.
Uh-oh.
This is why I kept one spell.
Well,
it doesn't need much. You see through the open porthole a massive shadow pass across the peak, and then suddenly something slams into the side of the ship, and you see a big yellow eye staring through the porthole right at you.
Guys, there's something at the portal.
That's where we're going to call it for the evening. Thank you all very much for joining us. I hope you had fun. I certainly did. We will be back next. We will be back in 2 weeks' time, on the 24th, for our next session of Shadows of Sorcery. Lots of interesting stuff coming to light today. But yes, thank you all very much for joining us this evening. I hope you all had fun. I certainly did. And yeah, next time we shall find out what happens. For now, though, thank you all very much for joining us. I'm gonna go and raid... Watermunch, who's currently doing some Build by Build, which is a charity streaming thing. Thank you all very much for joining us. Have a very good evening, everyone, and ta-ta for now. We'll see you all next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Everybody's gonna die.
Goodbye. You should have closed that door.